moment to shine on Happy Camper Life. We're loving, living, and learning online on Happy Camper Life.
Hey, happy campers. I'm Courtney, your host of the My Camp podcast, coming at you live from the HC. I'm really excited today to have my friend Maya Joglakar to join me here in the HC, where we're just going to talk about camp. So Maya, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, Maya, you are from Camp High Harbour in Georgia. Tell me a little bit about your camp and what's your camp origin story?
So my origin story starts about 10 or 11 summers ago. When I was 10 years old, I was a little camper myself, and I started in about cabin 2, and I've just gone back to camp ever since. I fell in love with it the first summer I ever went. And so, I went through the whole training process, leadership process. I became a counselor. And then this past summer, I had the awesome experience of being a program director. So I was in charge of Girl Side, which is basically all of the girl staff counselors. So it was a dream come true. It was so amazing, so fun.
How many staff were under you? Like, how many girls are on Girl Side? How many campers and how many counselors did you have on Girl Side?
It was about, I think, 30 or 40 Girl Side counselors. And then each week we have about, it ranges from like, I don't know, 150 to 250, maybe close to 300 campers a week. But that's with the girls and the guys. So, just cut it in half, and that's about, I don't know, it kind of ranges each week, if it's 4th of July, if it's before school.
Right.
But yeah.
So Camp High Harbour is a week-long sleepaway camp. So for a week, it provides campers with a traditional sleepaway camp experience, correct?
Yes, it does.
So why do you love camp? Because I know you love camp. So tell me what makes you excited about getting ready for the summer?
I think one of the things that I have absolutely loved about all my time at camp are the relationships that I've built with everyone. I met these really awesome people when I was a camper, and we just kind of grew up together at camp. We didn't go to the same school. We weren't from the same area. So the only time I ever saw them was for a week out of the summer, every summer. And as we got older and we started going to camp for longer and longer because we started working there, just making all of those memories with some of the best people that I know. It's just my favorite part of camp. One of them I met when I was 12, and I actually live with her now in college. So it just goes to show that the relationships that you build at camp are, kind of everlasting, and they're always there for you. They're the best people. So yeah.
100%. Whether you are a camper age or you're an adult like me working at camp, like, it is those friendships that really are what bring you back, along with the campers. But it's your camp friends too. It's a fun time for you to play. So how old is Camp High Harbour? Do you know how long is it? How old is it?
Oh, so there are 2 locations of Camp High Harbour in Georgia. The one that I work at is actually 11 years old. So the first year that I was a camper was the first year that it opened. So I've actually been there since the whole Lake Allatoona site has been open. And then we have a site on Lake Burton, which I'm not sure how much longer that one has been open, but I don't know, maybe like 5 to 10 years longer than the other one. I could be totally wrong. But
what's so cool about that?
10 years.
What's so cool about that is, like, one of the big backbones of camp is the traditions that make up camp. And like, to think that you were there from the first year, like, those traditions are truly ingrained in your blood at this point. Like, you have Camp High Harbour traditions in your blood because you were that Camp 1. So what are some of those Camp High Harbour traditions that just are steadfast?
So one of the biggest ones is definitely the blob. So I know a lot of other camps have it too, but how it is at my camp is it's like this, imagine this big pillow, like inflatable pillow just in the lake. And you go to the top of the blob dock and you jump off. And on the other end of the blob is a camper. And so the one camper will jump off and then they'll send the other one flying into the lake. And so it's super, super fun. I did it when I was a camper, and now, you know, I encourage my campers to do it. I feel like what kind of goes hand in hand with that are our goal sheets. So at the beginning of each week, Sunday night, we have these goal sheets that we give to the campers. That's one of our other traditions. And they kind of set goals for the whole week. You know, I want to make a new friend. I want to jump off the block dock. That's a big one. And then at the end of the week, you know, throughout the whole week, we're encouraging them, like you said, you're going to do it. Now's your chance. And some of them, I was a counselor for the youngest kids, the 6 to 8 year olds. So some of them, those 6-year-olds would jump off head first and ready to go. Some of them, you need a little more encouragement. But by the end of the week, you know, we try to get them to accomplish all their goals, and then they flip their goal sheet over on the other side and they kind of, you know, say what they did, what they learned, and what they want to bring outside the Cape camps after they leave.
You had me at goal cards. Okay. I think that is brilliant. So besides the blob, what are some other goals that campers realistically want to achieve after a week at Camp High Harbour?
We also have bun busting, which is basically tubing, but we call it bun busting because you bust your buns. So we take out the boats on the lake, and a lot of the campers want to go bun busting because they've never been before. And so that is a big goal for them, especially again, those younger girls, you know, they want to get on that tube and they want to be thrown off. So that's another big goal. And then we also have this awesome high ropes course at the backside of camp. And part of that is the swing and the zip line. And so campers also, they always put down, I want to go on the swing, or I want to do the zip line. And the swing is super cool because, you know, you get on the swing, you harness yourself in, and then you are pulled up by a rope, and then the rope lets go and you kind of swing and you fly out over the lake, which is really, really cool. So I would say those are a couple more of the goals that our campers love to choose.
Yeah, those would have to be my goals because those things make me a little nervous. So those would definitely be my goals. But I love the idea of a goal card. I mean, because goals could be so much more than just like an actual activity. But like you said, like make a friend, or there's so much opportunity there. So I really, really, really love that. Now, when's your birthday? Do you celebrate a birthday at Camp Maya, or are you the other 10 months of the year?
I am the other 10 months. Mine is in October, so I sadly miss it by a couple months.
But for all of those kids that are so lucky to have a summer birthday, how do you celebrate at camp?
So we have this super fun tradition called Order of the Broom, and we start, so let's say there was a camper in my cabin and she had a birthday. So the counselors and myself in my cabin, we would line up in the kitchen, and then we would run through kind of like a conga line, and we would sing the Order of the Broom song. We would hold a broom and we would run around the dining hall singing it. And then at the end of the song, she would come up into the middle of the dining hall with us. And then we would get more counselors to come up, and we would kind of, you know, make like a little circle, and she would fall into our arms, and then we would throw her up. And then someone who's holding the broom would smack her on the bum, however many years she's turning that year. So if I had a camper who's turning 10 years old, we would count, we would throw her up 10 times, we would smack her, and then we would do 11, one for good luck. So that's super fun.
By the way, you can't get away with saying we sing a song at my camp without singing the song. So Maya, let's hear this Order of the Broom birthday song.
Okay, so it goes like this. We are the order of the broom. We are the order of the broom. We are the order of the broom. The order of the broom. Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, see, so catchy. Oh, I love it.
So fun.
So do you guys dress up at camp? I know at my camp, any excuse to put on a tutu, we will do it. So what are your fun dress up occasions?
Yes. So we obviously dress up throughout the whole week because why not? It's so fun. I have like 2 or 3 costume bins under my bed all year, ready for dressing up at any moment. But the best part is every Friday night we have a disco. And so all the girl counselors dress up and all the guy counselors dress up. And, you know, we kind of have a theme that we go with, and we dress as that theme, which is super fun. So one that we do every, you know, like once every summer is baby's first swim, which is super fun. You know, you have like this like flashy like one piece from Walmart, and you like I have like a hot pink one that's super fun, and then you wear a tutu with it. And last summer I got like inflatable floaties and princess goggles, so that's a super fun one that we do. You know, fairies is so fun because it's the tutus, the wands, the crown, the glitter, the whole shebang. That one's really fun too. So it kind of just depends on, you know, what everyone wants to do. Oh, this summer we did Faces of Taylor Swift. which was so fun. So we come up with the themes at the beginning of the summer so we can plan our costumes. I forgot about this one. This was my favorite one this summer. We did Faces of Taylor Swift. So you would dress up as like her different albums. And I dressed up as like one of her very, very first ones. It was Teardrops on My Guitar. So I carried around a guitar and I put teardrops all over them and I wore a cowgirl hat. It was so fun. But those costumes were probably the most creative that week. But yeah, it's really fun because the kids love it too. They always get so excited when we dress up for them, which is really cool to see.
So since your camp is week-long sessions, do you then are you kind of repeating stuff throughout the summer, or is every week try to be new and original just to even keep it fresh for the counselors?
It's really cool how Camp High Harbour does it, because each week, we have the same schedule and we do our activities, we call them skills. So we do skills throughout the week that are, the same. We have waterfront time, we have the boat activities, but with each week is themed differently. So the first week of the summer is Aloha Summer. And so, we do like little things in the morning, and we have night program where we basically like plan fun games for the kids to do. And they kind of go along with the themes of the summer. 4th of July week is my favorite because in the middle of the week, we don't do skills on Wednesday. And we have like a big 4th of July parade where the kids decorate our cars and then we drive through and throw them candy. We do fireworks at the end of the night. And then we have a movie week theme. We have, I think, a superhero theme. It just kind of depends throughout the whole summer. So that really keeps it fresh and fun for us. But I mean, the kids love it either way. They don't know.
Oh, that's true. Awesome. Oh, that's great. So how's everybody has very strong opinions about meals at camp. So
Yes.
Tell me about food at Camp High Harbour, where it falls on the camp food scale.
Mm-hmm. So one of our, I would say, most famous ones camp-wide is Scone Tuesday. So every Tuesday morning for breakfast, we have scones and everyone makes a super big deal out of it. In hindsight, they're probably frozen. They're not the best scones, but the kids love them. It's super fun to get them, excited for them. Even just something little kind of just shows how much effort all the staff puts into the campers to get them excited for like one little thing, like a scone. And then every Friday, it's kind of a tradition to do pizza for dinner because it's super easy, like no mess, really easy, because we don't really spend a lot of time actually eating dinner on Fridays because we do a dance battle. So every Friday in the middle of dinner, we like stop and we announce this whole dance battle, and everyone pulls their stools up from their tables into the very middle of the dining hall. We make a huge circle, and then we pick one camper from each cabin and they do like this whole dance off, and it's so fun. So that's a little less about the food, but that's another really fun meal.
Do the campers know going into the meal that there's going to be a dance off, or is it more like surprise dance off?
Yeah, it's like a big surprise. I mean, when I was, a counselor, I always told them, I was like, okay, like we're doing a dance off, guys. Like who wants to do it? We have to win. We have to get really into it. So I mean, it's not like a huge surprise, especially because the campers who have been at camp before, we do it every Friday, so they know what's going on.
But I bet that is some fierce competition, because if you have any kid that has the confidence to get up there and dance and show them their stuff, it's going to be like the best entertainment you guys have had all week. That is, what a great way to like end your week to this great, like your great dance battle. So you've been at camp for a really long time. Can you tell me a time when a camper has really, your whole goal in being even a program director is how to give these kids the most amazing summer ever. So tell me a time when a camper has really affected you and affected you in a positive way.
Sure. So one memory that comes to mind is actually this past summer. So as a program director, you obviously have a lot more responsibilities. You have to plan the night program. So like I said earlier, we do like these big camp-wide games. Like all the cabins come together. We do like these huge games together, like a battle ball or like a capture the flag, capture the counselor, those type of games. And, recently we've tried to create new games, so like scavenger hunts, or again like things that go with the theme of the week. And so this summer, the first night program that I ever planned, I was super stressed out about it because it actually there's a lot of logistics to it. I didn't realize that. And I don't even remember what I did. I just remember, I remember it was a water Olympics or a winter Olympics, I think. And so we set up like kind of fun Olympic games like along the waterfront for the kids to do, you know, with their cabins, and they would compete other cabins. So it was that whole sort of idea. And during the whole thing, there were so many problems, so many like mess ups, and I was so nervous the entire time. I was like, oh no, this is going to fall back on me. Like, this is terrible. And it's also bad too when the staff don't have fun, because if the staff don't have fun, they won't get into it, and then the campers won't get into it.
Right.
So I was so nervous the entire time, and I was like, this is not going good. I just want the night to end. I want it to be tomorrow. And at the very end of the night, when I was picking up the waterfront, one of the campers, it was a little boy. I have no idea what cabin he was from or who he was. He ran up to me and he said, "That was so fun, Maya. I had an amazing time." And then he ran away. And I almost started crying, because I was like, I just needed one camper. As all I know is one camper had a good time. I helped one camper have a fun night at camp. That's all I needed. And so it just made my day, and it just really turned it all around for me. I almost started crying in the moment, because I had no idea who he was. And he just came up to me and said that and then ran away. And I was just completely taken aback by it.
You know, at camp, because camp it can be it's hard work. And so it's those little nuggets that just fill your buckets and fill your heart and make it all worthwhile and get you to come back for year after year after year. So hats off to you, Maya, for throwing an amazing Winter Olympics evening activity, because it ain't easy. I know it ain't easy. So let's have a little bit of fun, Maya. I don't let any of my guests leave without playing one of my favorite camp games. Are you down for a camp game?
I'm always down for a camp game.
All right. Well, my favorite camp game is the 7-second challenge. And so I'm going to give you 7 seconds to complete a number of challenges. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. You have 7 seconds to count from 1 to 10 in a different language.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Woohoo! All right. You have 7 seconds to make 5 different animal noises. Go.
Okay. Neigh, roof, meow, moo, buck, buck.
I didn't even count, but very good. And for the last one, you have 7 seconds to cry like a newborn baby.
Okay.
You win. All right. Thank you for playing. And so thank you so much, Maya, for joining me today in the HC and chatting with me about camp, because anybody who knows me knows my favorite place to be is camp. And if I can't be there, I want to talk about it. So thank you for talking about camp with me today, Maya. Thank you for joining me at my camp. I'll see you next time here in the HC. I'll save a s'more for you.
Take a moment to shine.